Hello, everyone. I'd like to get you all ready for today's episode of Captain Greenbeard Cartoon Critic. And I want to know, really quick, does everyone know where Captain Greenbeard comes from? You know, the Flying Dutchman? And I don't mean the one at Disneyland that's for the Pirates of the Caribbean. And I don't mean the Flying Dutchman that's in SpongeBob SquarePants. But the Flying Dutchman we're talking about is in the lesser-known Flying Dutchman series and also in the Starship series. And I think now that we know that Starship Atlantis comes from this cartoon we're about to give, well, I'm just going to hand it over to Captain Greenbeard. Captain Greenbeard's here.
We've been hired to make our 100th delivery.
Everyone, I hope you know that the history of all things unkind and primeval exist in an assortment of mankind, delirious from its own episodic wavering that could be without solution in the timeline, gaining on access to be with the understood was once with the good, which is where we take our quality from and have our action given to us delivered. Now, I could tell you all something that would hinder your short. Here goes. In the question to an authority that were raised within the walls of the Federation, what would be given to the most chemical invasion of addiction that is forced upon man and his proponents for conditioned response, also in line with the survival of the species that rates alpha male as technologically, political, diplomatic, and able to maneuver easily around mechanical equipment. You're gross. Does that old lady think that young kid's cute? That's nasty, dude. I hate it when old ladies do that shit. Now, where was I? I was just thinking that if I could be a critic for my whole career, it may not work out if I'm just a critic.
You might be right, Hermes.
I'd just be like seeing lots of cartoons and talking about them and smoking lots and lots of weed while watching cartoons.
Those guys slack off for even a second, it could explode. Hey guys, this is my daughter, Leela. Leela, what are you doing here?
We were
If I smoke weed and watch cartoons, that's my job. That's my job, yeah. I'm back from Flying Dutchman. We had some technical difficulties launching it into Starship Titanic, which is a project I can tell you is back on the works, so all sorts of writing will be done for it, and so this serves as some plunging into the deep and finding the architecture we need for the sake of our own either demise or be real.
Maybe I was too
Because if you're not demising,
He didn't ruin my life
you're
on
already
purpose.
being
Things will
real.
work out, honey.
Bender, I've been to Wang Dang Doodles all up and down the galaxy. But this is the dangest Wang I
That's
ever
weird. I used to think this episode was funny, and it still is funny. Like, it's so weird in the pacing, it's different than the other Futurama episodes. This is the first Futurama episode, so this is like the pilot episode. I wonder if they called movies pilots back then, but...
You were right. I don't know what it's like to be.
Dude's in his underwear? I'll look away. What? I'm kind of seeing what's going on here, but... Hi, I'm Zoidberg. I'm in the show, and I can't believe what I'm watching. It's totally bizarre. It's like seeing myself in high school
Where a
again.
man can gaze up at the sky and wonder.
Beautiful mutants.
I think that Futurama's a wonderful show to have on at night and fall asleep in front of it while watching it. And I don't know if we bought these episodes and used them. Yeah, we bought these episodes and used them.
But who could possibly bend such a
Girl,
huge
you gotta buy the episode to use it if you're showing an episode to use it. And YouTube knows exactly who and where to pay. And they pay them too. And just for you watching me talk about this, YouTube's getting paid.
I'll meet you up there.
YouTube
I need
needs
to check
paid.
out something
You're the
first.
one that shows all this shit, mate. Heck, I could just say this is a video of making of cartoon critic of yeah. I could really justify it any way I wanted. And it's just media of media. That's got me talking in the background, and
Turns out there
so
were mutants on that ship.
it's like we're
working below
learning
deck in the sewage
about
galley.
movement of creatures in interplanetary Earth that is giving us space rides
I beg you,
to
Mrs. Astor, if you truly want to
somewhere
honor your
else,
husband's
and
memory, treat these people with dignity.
this is
maybe
actually
I
not
can
what I
stomach that
expected
kiss now.
from today's show, but it kind of works good because
Mister,
am I seeing
is that
this?
really you?
Oh wow! I'm glad they found love
Was there
again.
a fire?
It's great. It's optimistic to think we can find love again when so hideous.
You all know the orphanarium where Lila
That was a
grew up.
commercial
Sure, we talk
blocking?
about it all the time.
Really?
Linda was just about to cut a rug and dance a disco.
Behold, my latest invention.
Is this put together and edited without commercials? And did we see a commercial all
It's a
along?
glow-in-the-dark nose you can wear over your regular non-glowing
I don't know.
nose.
Hang on, I
Without
can't
this
come to
grip
breakfast
running
yet.
out of the machine.
I'm
That
cartoon
is,
critic.
Yes, nothing.
I know,
All right, so the
I
machine
need to
produces a
come
few
out there
toxic
and be
byproducts.
part of the
You don't have to
game,
make a
but
federal case out of it.
guys,
Find out.
I'm trying to do this show called Cartoon Critic. It's really good, and it doesn't make me mad that you're interrupting it. Oh, there's no one there. Alright, well that's even better.
Hey, get
If
back
there's
in
no
the
one
sewer,
there,
lady.
then we'll just
Has really made
absolutely...
something of
Oh,
herself. I'll never forget the night that cute little alien baby was abandoned on our doorstep. An alien language. I guess you're an alien.
yeah,
What
it's
a
so cool to
beautiful
be an alien
gigantic
actually with one eye, because
Like many of you, I never knew my parents.
Give me a...
I don't know if they were
She's
mighty
an
alien
orphan?
overlords that
She's
I
an
had the
orphan?
strength to make it on my own.
Man,
Just
Futurama's
like all
making
of
me
you
cry
kids here
now.
today.
Futurama's making me cry with all the social
Those aren't tears
issues.
of happiness. Please stop crying.
And
It's okay, Fry. Try to
I'm
keep my
sad
sadness
now.
pent up inside, where it can
I'm
fester
keeping my
quietly
sadness
as a mental
pent up
illness.
inside her.
Yeah, I do that with my stupidness.
Yeah.
I happen to be a holding, stroking, loving machine. Also spanking.
That's not even close to what I had in mind. Looking down on me.
Alright, well, we gotta stay on top of this, cartoon critics. I mean, isn't there more of a cartoon to watch? Like, aren't you watching it? Like, don't you see what's going on? And how, what is that? Green cannons of Goozy
Our
Woos?
once beautiful mutagenic sewage lake.
Are they skipping through this fast forwarding? Are they fast forwarding
We're gonna
this?
beat you afterwards.
Or is this the way Futurama really was back in the day? I think it's a little different. The timing seems different. The velocity seems different. The processor seems different. But everything else
Teacher's ghost.
is
And this
looking
is just last
to
year at Space
be
Mardi Gras.
It's
something
like some kind
of the
weird
same.
Leela museum.
But if it's
And
the
I'm
exact
Leela.
same,
Oh, I'm
the
scared.
facsimile
My
approach is
whole life has
1
just been a
mile
show for some
from
perverted
never
mutant.
hitting goodbye
Take this.
in the wreck holes of its
This
yearnings.
time I'm calling for the death penalty. Instead of being tortured to death, the prisoner shall hereby be
Oh, I like this
expelled
part,
from the
man. Check this
sewers
out.
and never allowed to return.
Dude, this part's good. They put him up on this, yeah.
Move
Watch
it, you
this.
ugly nobles.
Dude, that was kind of mean what he said to Greenbeard. I don't know. This one's kind of a sad episode. That was sad. I'm getting sad. So all those things happened that were sad, and it made me sad, and I felt like I accused everyone of everything wrong, and they all showed up to say that they've all forgiven each other, and I'm so touched that it was all a big experiment to see if I could get
The
really
lake
worked up
didn't
about
mutate me.
a haze at my frat, because they were hazing at my frat, and
Stop right there.
I thought, yeah, that's gonna suck, because
It's the note I found with Leela the day she was abandoned.
Up right
But
off
it's
the
written in
bat.
alienese, so no one on Earth can translate it.
Thank you for tuning in to
Isn't that the same
Cartoon
machine that makes
Critic.
noses?
It can
Captain
do other things.
Greenbeard.
Why shouldn't it?
I'm here to read a soliloquy from Shakespeare.
That's it. It's done.
The earlier lines in the organism. It is measure for measure, which says, simply stated that I cleverly write these lines along. Will you come along with me and see if we can make it through this together? If we don't go, we might end up a song. For that, having been reluctantly better. And awful where it's been, the sight goes on to course, but many more have eyes and many more remorse, and forceful and pungent, I tell you, afternoon in crowd, I was so mindfully empty,
Don't do it, Leela.
proudfully endowed.
Close.
And I spoke upon my words
So,
to tell them
I'm
I
not
was
an alien?
indiscreet
I'm a mutant?
We never
about
wanted
the
you to know.
aliens
You
I
deserved a better
saw
life.
taking over my street. The last one was changed from Ennis Atocals upon my jaunted street or whatever. I don't know. Did you jaunt a street? Did I jaunt the street or was the street having jaunty performers? Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Go somewhere else. The bongo drums are keeping you afloat. Well, okay. Let's go here and see what happens. Let's go here and see what happens. I know. Not enough information.
I do two things.
Oh,
that
commercial, okay.
and I made
Okay.
them into a
I'm a
successful
little slow at this, but
Hi, I'm Ronnie.
I'm sure to
I'm
catch
known as
on
Tiptoe, and I teach
how to
people
use
all
this
over the world.
YouTube thing.
So, while you're on the probulator, tell me what brings you to the future.
That's not really the picture I
Read
wanted,
Shakespeare, and I
but
figured that time was cyclical.
Nope. Straight line.
that really isn't the report I
Probulator's
wanted
done.
from the
That wasn't
character,
so bad.
so...
Oh, wait. It hasn't started yet.
So this is way further,
Okay,
further
it's about to
along in Futurama. I'm not real sure if we need to buy this episode to put it on,
I'm
but
looking for fresh
we'll buy it to
stuff.
put it on.
Yellow or purple?
We'll buy it to put it
Whatever.
on.
The purple one causes terrible nightmarish diarrhea. Yeah, either one's fine.
Dear horse god, I know I don't usually pray.
This
for you.
seems like
Sometimes I
more
doubt you even
clips,
exist. But
like
if you're
a
willing
clip
to grant me
show.
out, please,
But the
stand
clip
here for
show
lunch.
is what we can go for. And why is there prayer allowed on TV? Prayer shouldn't be allowed on TV. It might screw up the airwaves. Airwaves are blocked by prayer. Prayer gluts up the airwaves of TV and
Uncle Vladimir!
buries them asunder.
You like being dead.
That's what they said about being alive!
You jerk! Why'd you have to drag us
No,
along?
it's not
I
that
wanted to
it's...
watch you remember me.
Seems like it's going slower this time. It's just that Futurama's
Did
going
you really
faster.
think you'd need all this junk in the
Futurama's going
afterlife?
faster, or maybe it's just that the timing changed enough between season 1 and season, this looks like season 5, 4,
Whatever its beef is,
season
our
5
one
or
mission now is to get
4,
that monument
yeah.
turned.
Futurama binge watching, here we go!
Correction. Our one mission now is to avenge the loss of that monument.
Leela's going nuts, and I can't save her unless I learn more about her mysterious past. Isn't there anything else you can tell me?
Nah, nothing that wouldn't be a waste of your time.
That's impossible, because my time is worthless.
You boys have been underfoot long enough.
This seems like one of those rousing clip journeys through the only way we can afford Futurama is to pay for the entire show and buy them out. Well, we can't buy them out without selling them back at a lesser price. That way we just make some money for the owners. If we make money for the owners, then we're all bright and rowdy, right? Right.
Sound. Forget it then. We come to Earth to make a pizza, not the money.
No, other way
I don't know
around.
if that's the same thing, man. I don't even know what you
Certain
could...
clues
Oh.
suggest that the culprit is none other than our own Philip J. Fry.
It almost looked like that dude was smoking a J, right?
Oh, it was a brilliant scheme, but you made one
Man,
fatal
you guys,
mistake.
I know
leaving
that
this confession note.
normally this doesn't happen on Cartoon Critic,
Oh no, it's the
but
Cyclops.
I'm feeling
Don't look.
like
I'm not looking.
it's a good beginning to what could be a necessary show in your day and a
This is
necessary
Officer
show
1B, DI,
online,
requesting
but
backup.
We'll be there in 5 minutes.
Wiggles, weren't
it's
you about
not
to
fair
propose a toast
just
to
to
your
get a
gallant
copy of the
captain?
video, so we
I've got
gotta get
toast
the
to
rights,
Captain Bender. He's
which
the
might
best.
already be
And being a big
intertwined
jerk
with
who's stupid and his
YouTube,
big ugly face is as dumb as
but
a butt.
Yeah, I heard
Futurama
about it.
gets credit for it, so they'll probably be okay with
I
it not
couldn't
done
learn
some
metal either,
Futurama
even at
before.
bending, the thing I was built to do.
And I know we should
I'm
be
so
paying
embarrassed.
attention
I
to
wish everybody else
Futurama.
was dead. This opera is
And I'm
as
about
lousy
ready
as
to
it is
wonder
brilliant.
if the next 8 minutes are gonna open our minds or put us to sleep, bro, because as action-packed as this is... Wait, there's the devil, never mind.
Characters announce how they feel? That makes me feel angry. Hey, Bender, you ever kill a man with a sock? It ain't so hard.
Well, I didn't see it as killing someone with a sock so much as having a sock to get killed with. That's one thing you
Back
can
in
look
my
at
day,
it a
we didn't
different
have your
way.
fancy all digital
I have my
weapons,
sock, and
but we
therefore
still
I can
managed to
get
kill
killed.
each other just fine.
Just for my sock
Did you drive
in
much in the
jail.
20th century, Fry?
Unless you're
No,
gonna get socks
no
in
one in New
jail.
York drove. There was too much
Your
traffic.
mother still socks in jail.
Nice. Listen to that baby purr.
There's a baby in there, huh?
Puny human number 1, puny human number 2, and Morbo's good friend, Richard Nixon.
Hello, Morbo. How's the family?
Belligerent
those-
and numerous.
Is that the alien from
Nixon's
10 Lives from Outer Space original look like? I'm gonna say the aliens in this look like
First he
10
steals
from
my
Outer
body,
Space
now
original
he's
look
touching
like.
my stuff.
As it was, so it is. You
If
may
I could
now
keep track
eat the
of
snake.
which episode came
If
where,
you so choose.
and
Bender, is this salt water?
where
It's
the
salt with
episode
water in it,
went
if that's what you
on the
mean.
My
timeline,
vision's fading. I
to
think I'm
start
gonna
to
die.
figure
There was
out that we
nothing wrong with
got
that food. The salt
time
level was
here
10% less than a lethal
to
dose.
take us
I shouldn't have
to where we need to go. And it feels like we're slowly hitchhiking, but
First, the civilization of
if
space
we
room collapsed.
ride
Then,
the
Down
snake,
3
so to
with Kaflooey,
speak,
and now between us
we'll
12.
get
Looks like this planet is next in line.
to
That's
the
Earth.
place we're going to when
The
we get
planet we
there.
live on?
Because
I'd hate
we're
to be
all
those guys.
headed
I
that
remember
direction
my
now.
body. Flabby, pasty skin, riddled with phlebitis. A good Republican body. God, I loved it.
I hear that. I spent most of my teen years
Well,
loving my
one
body.
thing I was
Of course, it's tough
insisting
love,
was
but-
that we try something that was all based on the same cartoon, but that, since there's episodic, they're never going to be all the same one when the bits and pieces are all the different ones. We could sit here and be as nostalgic as ever, which is ironic since it's a show about the future. And we are nostalgic for the past, for our homes, for our evenings spent in front of the giant TVs that have shown us these many secrets of human
Getting back to
understanding.
the matter, if it please the court,
Could you come here, Cartoon Critic? I need to see you for a minute. Hang on, guys. Watch the cartoon for a minute. I'm gonna show Cartoon Critic something next week. We're gonna go smoke a joint. We'll be right
Of
back.
course, even if it is possible to analyze the message, there's no way of knowing how long it would take. It could take an hour, or it could take 100 million years. Is it done? Certainly not. 2 dings means it's done. But not like that. Slightly more rapid.
let's see. Which powers do we have? Super strength?
Ah!
Here?
Yep.
Uh-huh. Lickety speed?
So I was
Yes,
wondering.
sir.
Oh, Dungeon,
Ability
not
to
Dungeon
command the
Master.
voices
Ah,
of
I'm so
sea
stoned. I
creatures?
thought we were doing Dungeon Master. Hey, Captain Greenbeard, I'm on the crew from Dungeon Master. We're looking for jobs.
Go faster.
So I smoke you this joint with you. Will you hire me on Captain Greenbeard, Cartoon Critic from Dungeon Master? Because Dungeon Master's my old show. I was his nephew. Played his nephew in the show. So,
Pharaoh
If you want to hire me on the Cartoon Critic now, I'll keep you high at all times. Oh, I'm already hired? Oh, here, another good.
15 minutes, our insurance will be
Alright, my friends.
So let's just sit
It
quietly
is all Captain Greenbeard.
Oh God, no! Get out of here, you horrific
I almost...
sausage!
Wait, is it today the parade? It's
Giant balloon?
Sorry, we're getting stoned up in here. As funny as the show is,
Some doomsday machine! It barely killed anyone!
and as twisted as it is to watch it this way, I'm sure we're getting something
Poor Leonardo da
from
Vinci. He sure was stupid.
Alright with me, everyone. It's a little review, but... Oh, look, Paperboy. That sounded like Fry. From Futurama. Futurama's really what we should thank today for being just the bangingest, coolest,
Why don't I read these things ahead of time?
the raunchiest, politest, nicest, nastiest show in the world. It's the nicest, nastiest show in the world.
Roberto, what are you doing here? What?
Oh,
A fella can't drop in on
I
our
remember
friends
that
and won't
part.
get
You remember that part with that?
He's bluffing. Ouch! He's not bluffing.
This is like a gangster film, just really in depth.
You know, Earl, sometimes it's almost too much for me.
I
I wonder if he had fish breath. Oh.
I mean a uniform
Yes,
that doesn't
my
involve
friends,
short
it is
pants.
I, Captain Greenbeard, and I know I haven't been around much of this episode, and I realize now we're about to close the chapter on day 3 of our cartoon watching binges. I haven't learned much. I mean, I learned a little bit about what my future's going to look like, I guess. As it comes closer to my future, I will see that I will be captain again of the Flying Dutchman, if it doth rise from the crash it had during the making of Starship Titanic. And the Flying Dutchman crashed during the making of a new Starship Titanic. Ships are crashing everywhere, just to see who will have the craziest ship crash
Can't we just send our avatars?
in Starship
Cheaper just to have you
Titanic.
An electric wall, eh? I can't see the harm.
Oh, I must tell you all as we come to a windy, tiny venue of another man's expression. My leg is injured. My leg is injured. I had a biking accident. I fell over backwards, emptied into my river, and tripped out the entire nostril of what I was going to show you when I was candied in that lane of twisted. No, I'm thinking the wrong thing. And cartoons don't normally put me in that mood, so everything's okay, right? I just had a distant distraction, like a daydream. I'm daydreaming. The cartoon's on and I'm daydreaming. Are you daydreaming at home? Was that a daydream? Are you daydreaming, or are you just bragging that you've seen this episode? Because if you're bragging that you've seen this episode, I'm right there with you.
We only have a half hour to
Bragging rights, brave.
Under arrest for future murder.
So
Bro.
you really want to marry me?
Nah. See,
Bro.
we knew you left everything to your parakeets and
Yo,
your will.
Cartoon Critic.
Congratulations on your
I think you could go on with this and show all the new ones and try to buy more copyrights and stuff, but I think the time is limited to a final statement. Cartoon Critic, what's going to be, man?
Some sort of ghost.
It's been a real good time of my life watching Futurama for the last 24 minutes, and my full grade on it is an A+,
Almost all the way to your ankles.
and A++ for all the rangy vaudevillian stereotypes.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday?